I'm Sarah. Welcome back to part 2 of my City Search API demo. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into Android Studio and show you how the City Search actually works. And in this example, I'm just going to show you the search as you type functionality. So here I go, I start typing, and immediately I get Phoenix. And there's a couple ways to implement this type of functionality, so I wanted to go ahead and show you both. So here I am in my search view model, and the first thing I do is create a city name search coroutine job, and I set it to null. So then when my search is actually triggered from the composable UI, I go ahead and I set my state to the prefix that was passed, which in this case is PHOE. And then the first thing I actually do is cancel the job if it's not null. So if I had already typed something in the search field, it will go ahead and cancel the coroutine, which will cancel the previous request to my API. And the next thing I do is I set the job, and I go ahead and launch my coroutine, and I call my API with the prefix that was given from the UI. And if it's successful, I update my state with the city data. Otherwise, I report an error. And then finally, at the end, I add a tiny delay just to debounce it a little bit so we're not hitting the API continuously with every keystroke. And really, that's all there is to it. This is a great, easy way to implement it, and it works well. You can find this code in the search-type-co branch. But now, I also want to show you a different way to do this, which I actually prefer a little bit better. So let me clear things out here, and I'm going to change my branch to search type flow. Let's go ahead and check this out. Okay, and I'm going to open up my view model again here. Okay. And let me go ahead and restart this. Okay, so here we are. The app is restarted, and I'm going to go ahead and click to my city search. And if you notice, in my previous video, when I talked about setting up the HTTP client, we talked about how that wasn't cheap, and it can be very expensive to create the client the first time. So let's see this in action. I'm going to start typing. I notice there's a little bit of delay. It's not too bad. On my laptop, I'm running Linux, and it's kind of an older model, so I could actually use some more memory. So really, it's not too bad as we create it. But as you can see, in this different branch, the functionality works exactly the same. Our search results appear as I type, but this branch is completely different from the other one. So let's go back to the view model and check it out. So for this one, I've actually created the search text as a flow. So whatever the user's typing from the front end is being input in the back end as a flow. And I'm setting my cities as a flow, the user messages, and also the selected city. This is when you actually click on a city and move to the details. So now I'm combining all of these flows together. And as they're combined, I can say if the search text is blank, then go ahead and clear the search. And I really like this because now with this implementation, whenever this search text changes like this, I've cleared it, then I can immediately get those results in my state. So it's a really cool way to do it. Then it combines everything into a data class, which gives my state to the UI, composable, and my flow is in the view model scope. So now here's where the magic happens. Instead of creating that coroutine job like I did in the previous branch, I'm actually defining a flow here for the search text, and I put my debounce right in the flow parameters. So there's no need for delays or anything like that. I can set it right in the flow. And I can filter things out. I can make sure that the search text is not empty, and I make sure that my length is greater than 1. And I say distinct until changed. This prevents duplicate network calls. I flow on dispatcher's .io so I don't tie up the main thread. Now I actually call my API here, and I launch this flow in the view model scope. So when I get my city names, look how much cleaner this code is. It's just so refined and so slick. I really like this way to do it. I'm not saying either way is better than the other, but I just kind of like this way a little bit more, how it wraps everything up. So on my get city names, I just call my API here, and I get either my success or my error result. And you can find this code in the search-type-flow branch. And that's basically all there is to it. Once you get everything set up in your project and your architecture all defined, that's all you really need to do to implement really cool, really fast search results in your APIs, just like this. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching.